Welcome to the Wall Street Systems video training program. Today we're going to learn how to book an outbound load on PCS Express. Outbound load is the export of a container from a company to a rail or port terminal. As we mentioned in prior tutorials, booking a load is the first part of creating loads, dispatching them, and enter them in the payroll. In order to create a new outbound load, we are going to open the Dispatch tab and click Book Load. From there, you will choose Intermodal as class and Outbound Load, then click OK. Once you have selected the type of load you want to book, the load booking screen will appear. This screen displays all the information for a load and provides access to all the features available for working with the load. The toolbar at the top of the screen accesses features to working with the load. Displayed here, we can see a load number, load type, and load status. Next, you will enter the customer name in the Bill To field. Any important customer information and system messages will display here. Enter the reference number provided by the customer. Next, you're going to enter the port or rail where the container is going to be delivered along with the delivery date, cutoff date, and pickup option, whether it is a live unload or you are dropping an empty container. To enter the information where the load is going to be picked up, you will double-click the Add under Stop field. A new window will pop up. There, you will enter the company's or the shipper name. If the shipper is not on the list, press the Insert key on your keyboard to enter or update the information where the container is being picked up. Enter the dates and times available for the movement to be picked up, and type any note if required by the customer. If there is an appointment in place, make sure to check the appointment required box. You can add more stop details by clicking the icon on the top left of the window. There you will enter information concerning weight, units, or volume. After you click Save, you will notice that the new field has been created with the shipper information and address. Next, you will enter the container number provided by the customer. Remember to put in the 4-digit alpha followed by the 6 numeric digits without spaces or dashes. Also enter the type of equipment that is being moved. Make sure you use 85 as a type for a 53-foot container. Provide the last free date, whether the container is loaded or empty, and the pickup at if the container is being picked up in a different location. You may not know the chassis number until the container is available for pickup. If you have information about the chassis, make sure you choose the type and the pool where the chassis is being picked up and terminated. This section of the screen should be populated as necessary. This information will print within the documentation provided to the driver or carrier assigned to transport the load, and it will allow you to search a load based on a particular vessel group of containers coming in. Bill of lading is typically required by the customer that will show all the dispatch paperwork. Enter release number when provided. Enter a temperature for refrigerator freight, weight, number of pieces, and the seal number. Under commodities, make sure that you enter the UN number for the type of hazmat prior to quote and dispatch a load. If a UN number is not listed, contact the safety department to confirm and approve that the load can be hauled. For this example, we're going to choose freight of all kinds. You can add any notes in this area. To rate the load, you're going to click this calculator icon or press Alt-R on your keyboard. A new window will pop up. Often, the rate is entered manually by selecting the source manual, rate by, usually flat, rate amount, and discount percentage if any. You can add additional accessorials, which are charges that are in addition to freight transport charges, such as driver detention, loading, and fuel surcharges. To book a new accessorial, double-click the Add field. A new window will appear, and there you will select your office number, the accessorial charge code, rate, and the unit to be billed, whether it is a flat or percentage rate. Accessorial charge codes and rating matrices are created in System Setup. Any of these charges can be customized by contacting our billing department. If you have another accessorial charge, enter it. For example, if you have a chassis use of 2 days for any chassis coming out of a pool, then you will select chassis use. Chassis charge will be used if you are charging the customer to pick up a chassis out of route. Also, enter the rate and days for the chassis use accessorial, then save it. Once the load is booked and you close out of that, it will appear in the dispatch manager list. If the customer is set up for freight tracking, it will show as freight tracking. In the dispatch manager, you will see the load that was recently booked. Within the dispatch manager, you will see the loads marked on different colors. You can duplicate loads by opening the load, click the new icon, and select duplicate load. In the next window, you can enter how many copies of the existing load you want to make with the option to copy reference numbers, post to freight tracking, and copy images. For additional help on PCS, click this icon, press the F1 key on your keyboard, or feel free to give us a call and we can schedule a more detailed training session on PCS Express. This concludes the tutorial on how to book an outbound load in PCS. Thank you for joining us.